Yo,
What's good, my guy?
what is good, big dog?
Not much. Not much. Ready to crack open another episode.
Oh, yes, sir. You know it. Cracking open 102. Speaking of cracking open, um, and keep the trend going. My rage and alcoholism since I turned 21.
Yeah.
Gonna get started with a little bit of fun. That's good. Since I'm working at the night tomorrow, not the morning, I can sleep in. But yeah.
Amen to that,
What's
man.
up? It's been a minute. Episode 102. Cheers to that. And I got my Phillies World Series ring now. Just came in yesterday. Pretty cool. Like it.
Hey, that's
So,
dope.
yeah.
That's dope.
Just got it in a couple days ago. I mean, it's not obviously the real one, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Since we're in the prime MLB season, it opens up too. So let's get the inside. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of
Yeah, it is kind of dope.
yeah.
Second
I think
place,
that's
kind of dope.
starting early. I see, huh? All right, cool. Nah, that's cool. I'm just getting stretched. Gloves are coming out early. Bet.
Oh
All
man,
right,
no, I had to. I had
starting
because
off early. I see.
when you showed me, you said the ring. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
all right. But
Mm-hmm. All
let's
right.
go ahead. We can go ahead and get into it. Before we get into it, though, Glenn, my guy, how have you been?
Been good. Same old, same old. A couple things that went to a country concert over the weekend, which was fun. I tried to keep up with my friend Ashley in the drinking department, but I had like 20 or 25 day one. But at the end of the day, she just ran away with it because I don't remember. I would say maybe beers 12 to 24. So it was fun. So they tell me at least. But crazy time. Good concert though. Got to see a bunch of cool artists. Some of Jay's favorite, like Dirks Bentley and Bailey Zimmerman, some of Jay's top guys. So
Big
yeah,
Z,
it was a good
Big Z,
bi-
yeah,
Big Z. Absolutely. Actually, speaking of
yeah.
Big Z, I got his hat right there.
I knew.
Big Z, Bailey Zimmerman. The only hat that I actually think I look relatively good. So I don't really. I'm not a big hats guy, but I mean, this one's a pretty good fit. Doesn't make my head look super small, so that's nice. But yeah, what you been up to? Same old, same old. How's the apartment?
Same
How's
old,
life?
man. Nah, the apartment moved in. Everything's pretty cool. Got a pretty jam packed these next upcoming 2 weeks. Um, Work has been work, so nothing major for the most part. Just working and still settling in here. Yo,
Yo. Technical difficulties. Combination of my internet sucking and I'm a dumbass.
nah,
So we had to take a little bit while to get back on the show. It was so weird. I could not hear you for the longest time, and then I realized my volume was on mute. So makes sense where I
happens
could
to
hear
the
you.
best of us.
Technology, am I right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But, well, yeah, it's a nice episode. We're gonna dive right in. We're gonna start with the most current news, and by most current, I mean the game that I'm watching literally on the television right now, which is the MLB All Star game. Um, Current update is the top of the eighth. The NL just went up on a Diaz two-run home run. Let's go. Yeah,
yes,
of course, Nick
sir.
Castellanos. My guy was on base, and they now lead 3-2 instead of trail 2-1. So let's go. But yeah, uh, big All Star weekend. Let's start yesterday with the home run derby. Vlad Guerrero
Red Bull
winning
Junior.
his absolutely winning his first ever home run derby, and just like his dad, winning one as well. So you got that father son combination. Insane, am I right?
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, crazy, been great. Like I mentioned, NL leads right now 3-2. This being a very important game, unlike other All Star leagues, because the winner of this game, that league has home field advantage in the World Series. So yeah, Jay, you want to take us away? Your pointers from the home run derby and the game that's been going on so far. What you got?
I haven't been able to catch much up on the game that's going on now. However, as you mentioned, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Beats Randy Arrows at Rose Arena in the 2023
Good
MLB
job.
home run. Yeah, it's crazy. Pretty narrow victory if you ask me. 25-23. Um, I believe I believe it was Rose Arena didn't hit his like first homer until about 20 seconds into his round. So I mean, obviously slow start. He did manage to compile. He did. I don't believe he got the extra time. Like extra 60 seconds. 'Cause I think he didn't hit like a homer of like 440 feet, if I'm not mistaken. But
No
like I
mistake.
said, he managed to get 23, and he took the mound obviously after Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So obviously once he only got 23, that was a wrap. That was a wrap that Vladimir had went ahead and won it. He got Vladimir had 20 home runs before his 60-second bonus time. So I mean, he just notched it home in his final 60 seconds with five homers, giving him the victory. Like how you mentioned, like his dad. So I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the most epic father son moments, probably in sports history. Knowing that a dad won it in the home run derby, and his son won it as well. So big shouts out to Vlad. Uh, Randy to me put up again a great fight. Just he started off kind of sluggish. So yeah, but huge shouts out to Vlad for taking that one home.
Very big victory, and like you mentioned, a very close one, 25-23. Yeah, that bonus is crucial. And when you can have an extra full 60 seconds possible, and you hit, I think it's two home runs or 440, you get the full 60 or some
Yeah,
along
4-4.
that you
I
get
think the rule is
that
if you hit
extra.
like a 440 homer, then you'll get
Yeah,
the extra bonus time.
yeah. So that's crucial. And you have a full minute advantage on your opponent. So I mean,
Hmm.
you're lucky enough for your opponent doesn't hit that far of a bomb, and then it'll come in handy, and it was the difference maker. Yeah, and only winning by two, and like you mentioned, he got six of his home runs in that, or five. Sorry, five of his home runs, and in that
In that 60
extra
second
60 seconds.
extra
So
second, yeah.
difference maker.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, when you
Hey,
look
well, who
at
do a window?
yeah, now when you look at it, I mean, like so when you look at from when you look at it, it's like again the moment that you realize that um Arrow Rose Arena came out pretty slow. I felt like many of the guys knew that. Yeah, I said it right.
Of the full pronunciation.
Yeah, I
You
got to say
start
it
off
right.
like, and then you just boom.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I say it right. It's a Rosa Arena, but yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, once you realize he came out
You
pretty
had it.
slow,
You lost it there for a second.
yeah, yeah. Once he came out slow, I would say you definitely can tell. But I like how they do the 440 feet thing with the homers. I mean, like I say, it's more incentive to hit like because many people want to see the homers out of the park, stuff like that. So I mean, I think it's dope that they got it to where so your incentive to get a real power hit in and swing it as far as you possibly can. And I mean, again, like I say, if you do that, then you get more time. But that was like I didn't see the rounds leading up to it. I just caught the tail end of it.
Yep. Yeah, it was a all around good battle. Best matchup of the day was the Luis Guerrero and Andy Rutschman. Wow, I'm butchering names too. Is it? Rutschman, I think, is his name. The rookie from Baltimore. He played a great battle. I think he hit the most home runs for a rookie, but still couldn't get past the other ones. So, okay.
So, so,
Um,
so, so.
yeah. So I think that it's um, oh God, I haven't been muted.
Nah.
I'm just a full on train wreck right now.
Oh no, bro, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm trying.
No, it's
It's
all
going
good.
next right now. Yeah. Well, that's it was an all around great, great home run derby. It was exciting to see. For the game itself, though, big implications. Obviously, the NL now taking the lead. It's still the top of the eighth, man on first with two outs, and they're doing a pitching change. right now because Will Smith just walked. So yeah, it's a great, great game so far. The All Star games always tend to be a great game, and whenever I see the All Star game, I'm so happy. Only in the MLBs though, because it just reminds me of a league that still cares about the All Star and players that still care about it. And I don't know if you agree with this, but I think so. Hear me out. I broached this up before on the show, and you weren't too into it. But let me know if I made some adjustments. So for the league, oops, for the NBA, because we're about to switch to them in a minute. But unless you had any more about MLB,
Oh no, I didn't have any more about it.
yeah,
Looking at, I'm trying to like, catch
cool.
like the
Because
live feed of like what's going on at the with the All Star game, but I'm good.
yeah, no, we can sprinkle in details as we go because this is going to still be going on. But uh, yeah. So I have an idea for the NBA's All Star game, and if you don't agree, let me know, of course. So instead of having the captains and you pick your team, my theory is so instead of having captains and you pick your team, they go back to the old style, right? They'll do East versus West, and the same idea. Say you pick the best players, the whole thing. You get the best coaches, all that. Same style as far as picking players, except it's just flat out East versus West. The winner of that game gets home court advantage in the finals. It would give more incentive to watch the game. It would give the players more of an incentive to play, and it'll just be more entertaining. Flat up, I think it's the best thing possible for All Star. It gives more entertainment, gives more enjoyment, and players are going to be competing because teams that are in top of the league at that time, it's going to have a difference maker come
Yeah.
postseason.
Personally, I would love to see a move like that made. Like I say, at the end of the day, I feel like the end goal is to definitely drive up the competitiveness in the All Star game itself. So I do feel like putting something of higher stakes like that, like having the home court for the finals, I do feel like that would genuinely help the competitiveness drive up. However, I think that now, given that obviously MLB is doing it, it'd be more like a copycat thing for the NBA to do it. However, I do feel like for this scenario, again, if we're just looking at it from the standpoint of we're just trying to drive up the competitiveness in this game, make fans want to tune in, give them something to, cheer for basically and root for rather than it just being glorified layup lines. I do I do genuinely feel that. However, I think I'm still personally I just think it's a great idea. The 3v3s, you got a team in the middle and they get to basically, that they you got a team in the middle and you got a team on this baseline, you got a team on the opposite baseline. So the team in the middle, whenever the whistle blows, they get to decide which side they want to run to start their 3-on-3. So they run to the side, play that team in like if they get a bucket, then they get the ball, they inbound it, they go down the court. If the other team gets a stop, then that means that now that team who got the stop, they're on offense going to play the other team down the court. Let's say we get about 12 of those 3-man teams. So what is that? 36 guys. Yeah, 36 guys. Um, you do 12 or basically 9 or whatever. You get you let the what is that? So there's 3 teams, 12. You let like you got 12 teams. One, two, three. Yeah, you get what like four. You got like four brackets. I got to write it down, right? You get like four. You get
You
like
got me breaking out my calculator over here.
yeah. You get like section one, section two, section three, section four, whatever. So each section plays their games or whatever. The winner of those sections go on. Let's say section one go on to play section two, section three go on to section four. Whoever wins that, then whoever wins out of those two play at the end for like a game to like 16 or something, like 3v3. Because one thing I feel like nowadays, when you look at things like
Winner take out.
yeah, yeah,
Winner
what it
take out.
is like with the winner is like the two winners from each side they play to like an actual 3v3 game to 16. Because I feel like now when you look at things, especially today's age in basketball, with like the average fan obviously plays basketball. A lot of like ball is life is playing. They're playing teams. You got a lot of AAU stuff. A lot of guys playing street ball, so it's like you incorporate that kind of like pickup feeling still that they're trying to get with the draft, and they also incorporate like how the Ballers Life does it. I like to say again how all these like other like the OTE teams, like you got guys 3v3 guys, the court's more spaced out, and I mean you just got more I feel competition coming from those guys because not only are they asked to play on offense, they have to play defense as well, and then you got like certain teams are going to pick certain guys. Oh, we already got two really good offensive players. We got to strategize here and pick a third for defensive purposes. Like I say, I mean, I feel like that'll be dope. But at the end of the day, what you said about the winner takes home court for the playoffs. But I feel like when you do that, then okay, so yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine for the finals.
Well,
So
why don't they remove some of like something like the skills competition or one of
but I
the
feel like
many
if you're gonna do the
events that they
skills,
have,
I think the
and
skills
then
competition is just horrible though. It's horrible.
I'm saying remove the skills
Oh yeah, I
competition
know, I know.
and
I'm
put in
agreeing with you.
your system the 3v3 with it. So
I
that will
mean,
be the day
something.
before, and then the next day will be the actual event. Because if they want to goof off and like just play chill and do some cool moves and like you said, glorified layup lines, they can do it on Saturday, and on Sunday the game is for real. They're
Yeah,
playing.
but see, I think my thing is, well, I agree with you 100%. Like I think the skills challenge really isn't much. I mean, it's not really skill. Like if I want to see NBA players skill challenge, I want to see like point guards from teams coming out competing, or they grab a teammate of theirs from their team. They got to compete in something together. I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I do feel like the skills challenge is like one of the weaker links. Me personally, if you ask me, if I'm the NBA, I stop trying to hold on to the dunk competition, and I go ahead and get rid of that too, because it's like the more you look at it, the crazy dunks, the Nate Robinsons, the Blake Griffins, the Aaron Gordons, the obviously Michael Jordans back in the day, the Vince Carters, the Dwight Howards. You can go on and on. Those moment like iconic dunks and things are kind of like it's kind of hard to continuously keep trying different dunks. There's but so many different cool moves you can do in the air while also dunking a basketball. So I mean, I just feel like the NBA should just jump ship on that and just change format in totality. The one thing I would say that stays without question is the 3-point shooting contest, because the 3-point shooting contest is something that you can't fake. You can't, you know, you either got it or you don't. And those guys obviously do try to compete, try to win. Obviously, you want to make as many threes as you possibly can. So so yeah, me personally, I would definitely do away with the skills challenge and the dunk contest, and I would also rectify added in something in for the more competition for the All Star game.
Hmm. Yeah, I think they could get rid of some things like the skills competition, and they have to adjust the dunk contest, whether that's get rid of it or require top players to be in it. So
I
people
mean,
see,
but
oh my God, John Morant's in it,
even if
or just get
you
rid of it
even if you
altogether.
put the even if you put the top guys in it, I mean, even they're more. I'm glad you mentioned John Morant, right? Like John Morant he can obviously do the dunk contest if he wanted, but I feel like it's not going to be if John Morant does a dunk, it's going to be more so John Morant did the dunk, not necessarily what dunk he did. So it's like John Morant's a great in-game dunker, dunking on guys. I mean, unless he want to bring out Taco Fall and dunk on him. I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at that kind of thing, so it's like a lot of the NBA players are more in-game dunkers. I feel like if they want to do a more
That's a good point.
of a
Damn.
freestyle, yeah, if they want to do more of a freestyle dunk, I feel like they should hire professional dunkers. Not saying NBA players aren't, of course, but like guys who like
Do that
actual
for
are
them, like Mac
professional.
McClung. Got
You got like guys who are like who make YouTubes or whatever, YouTube videos and stuff, who like are actual like professional dunkers. So I mean, yeah, but I mean, again, like I said, I would love to
Who's
see.
that one guy? He looks like the Fortnite dude, Ninja. He, he dunked in like a back. I don't know what his
I
name
probably
is,
got to
but
see
yeah.
him, but I mean, like I said, you do think you get more incentive. I would argue that the celebrity game is more important than the dunk competition. Like, yeah, like I mean, you got
Probably
like
gets the same viewership.
I mean, yeah, you got celebrities, but I mean, in the day, they're competing to show like, hey, I'm a celebrity, but I can hoop still. So you know, but yeah, I would
And then there's
definitely.
Kevin Hart,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's he retired from it, but he probably making a grand appearance one of these years coming back.
the MVP.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, no, I agree. Do away. I'd personally ban the dunk competition. Change the loadout of
Ban
the.
it.
Yeah, ban it. Don't ever bring it back.
You're done. Finished.
I mean, if you bring it back, it'll be like 50 years from now, when like all the the current footage is like burnt. Um,
They don't even have the clips of like the '84 Jordan dunk contest or anything prior
right,
to like 2016.
right. So that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and
They're
ban
technical.
that. Ban the skill challenge. Implement two more like actual events that will drive competition, and then you'll get a better result.
I agree. And they are making changes just not to the All Star game. They're adding a new in-season tournament, which we will dive into later on in the year. But once we get more details, because I truly don't know
Oh
what
yeah,
I don't understand at all.
yeah, I think the in season tournament is probably one of the worst ideas I've ever heard of in my life. I mean,
Mm.
it's literally one of two things. It's either that the guys who want to do this in this tournament, who invented the tournament, are just trying to sabotage the league, or they're just ass backwards. Either one,
I'm gonna go with number
yeah, either one. But before we move on, I think I got it right. I think here's what we do. I think we allow. I think we amplify the shooting contest, right? Even though I
2.
think this would be more fatigue on the players, but hear me out. You get the top five shooters at each position, and they battle it out. And let's say, and everybody only get one round per position, and the top two guys head on to go and be in the actual 3-point shooting contest from each position. And then that second round with the two guys from each position, you got one guy gets basically, if you got how many guys? That's 10 guys. Five of them, whoever's at the bottom five, are out. And then you have the third round, the top five guys, and the guy with the highest score in the top five rounds win. I mean, out of the top five guys win. And if it's the tie at the top with 2 or 3 players, then they shoot it out again. I think that's a great idea.
That's pretty good. I
Or
like that because
matter of
that would
fact,
be cool to see the top center.
oh yeah, that'd be great. Matter of fact, the we say let's say it's a tie in round 3 between two guys. We give them the distance shot, and they got to shoot it from like probably a step above half court or something, and we'll see who makes it
But
from there.
what if like say, and let me know if this was something that's possible in there. What if like the center has to play Steph Curry in a round?
That'd be great. If the center can advance himself all the way through there to get to play Steph, I feel like that's an accomplishment all in of itself. He can, whoever the center is, let's say it's Rudy Gobert or someone, he can happily go, right? That'd be crazy. He can happily go back to the rest of the league and say, look,
Crazy. How about near impossible?
I only lost to Steph Curry. None of you guys have chances this year. But yeah, that was just my quick 2 cents on that because it was fresh on my
Oh
mind,
yeah.
so I needed to get it out so I can go back and watch it later and remember it. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't listen, guys. Quick disclaimer: me and Glenn had it set up to talk about the NBA little play-in joint, whatever. Not the play-in, but the little new like whatever it's called. Who knows? But I guess both of us thought that we each knew what it was already. So once we both decided that, yeah, we don't know, we just said, yeah, it's true. So if you guys know, please hit us up and explain to us. Obviously, I've seen it like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, but I don't think I want to know what it is because I've seen something about like the last game won't count stats or something like that, or the stats won't count to the regular
Oh,
season.
yeah, the championship game won't count towards the regular season.
So I mean,
If I'm like in
again,
that thing, why am I? If I'm like a top team, why am I?
why am I risking my
I
guys'
guess
injuries
bragging.
to
Yeah,
play in the?
like
I guess
that's what I'm saying. Like by the same theory, they're not going to try as hard for like the All Star game. I think the incentive was a trophy, a regular season trophy, and cash incentives. But cash incentives ain't much. These guys are already multi-millionaires. So
But like I said, I mean, just if you're for a I think it's just literally one of the worst decisions ever. Like you got guys
possibly.
they're compete. You barely have guys nowadays playing 60 games, let alone the 81, 82 that you're scheduling. But you barely have guys playing 60
That
games.
ain't, yeah.
Now you got guys. You're telling guys you want them to try it for a in-season tournament that really isn't important much. What's up? But yeah, like
So,
really isn't important much. So I
yeah,
mean,
no, well,
yeah, like I don't think that that's conducive to a healthy league. But what do we know? We're just guys that watch the sport and talk about it.
we're just two dudes in South Carolina talking sports.
Yeah. Speaking of South Carolina, let's talk about Wimby. So Wimby played his first two
I'm sorry, bro.
summer.
You're spot on with those transitions. But how the hell did you get a 7'5" French dude to connect to South Carolina?
I think that was cool. I think he wanted to play for the Gamecocks, but he decided he wanted to play be a Spur instead. But Wimby. We finally seen Wimby on the court. You like that, ain't it? That was cool. Um,
Oh, this Yingling is great. I'm gonna drink it. Anyway, speaking of rugby,
right, exactly. But we finally seen Wimby play. We seen him touch the court for the first time. I believe what Friday night? Yeah, Friday night.
mhm.
Um, Had a pretty much of a rough start. Many regular sober basketball fans seen that coming, but
Sober?
yeah, yeah, not you, buddy. Don't even worry about it. But he put on a
It's been a
show.
long day. Been
Yeah,
starting since 4 o'clock.
I see. He
Uh
put on a
huh.
show against the Trailblazers in his second, also last um, summer league game. Putting like 27 points. I think double digit rebound. I think he had like three, 4, 5 blocks. Basically looked a whole lot better. Hit shots actually. So Glenn, let me ask you:
Yep.
Do you make anything of Wimby's summer league games? Two summer league games. Do you make anything of those heading into the season?
First thing I know is they're definitely gonna. The NBA is gonna make it tough for a lot of people to like him because they're gonna. Anytime he subs in or ties his shoes, they're gonna make him like
You
he's the
seen
next
that?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yo, oh my god.
But
Mm.
what? What I miss?
No, I thought I was the only one. Like
That thought that?
every time, yes, like
No.
bro,
Yeah,
like
bro.
it was the
He
it
goes.
was the it was the Trailblazers, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but like you said it right on my mind. Like
Huh?
it was the Trailblazers playing the Rockets in the game prior to Wimby coming out. They're literally in the game while they're playing, heading into the commercial breaks, and we're about to hit commercial break. Wimby's coming up next. I'm like, what? And they're sitting there playing. The fourth quarter was like very, very long, like a very, very long fourth quarter of that game right before Wimby got on the court. They're just showing Wimby walking out of the locker room, showing Wimby standing watching their game. Oh, rookie Wimbyana or whatever. Oh, bang, look at such and such hit a three for the Trailblazers.
Let's see
Wimby, look,
Wimby's reaction.
let's see the Wimby. Look at Wimby's shoes. Oh, that's way. Oh my God, let's go crazy. Let's cry. Like, yeah, no,
It's
I
nuts.
apologize. I was like, bro, like, and then the game started, and it's just like the hell with everyone else. Wimby, Wimby,
It's
this.
Wemby and 9 other guys on the court.
Wimby took
That's it.
like 3 steps. Oh my God! Look at his running form. Did y'all see his breathing technique? Watch how
Look
look
how the way he look at the way he tucks in his shirt.
right. Like it's so hysterical.
Here's why I thought that because I knew it was gonna happen because just the way that they were doing it, they were leading up to him. But when I saw that he went 2 of 13, but all you saw on the NBA's feed was he
He
had
had
five
a
blocks, he
he
had five
had
blocks, he had some blocks.
he had a
I'm like,
pass,
bro,
and
you
there was
got
like
dunked on game one.
there was but
It
like
took one game to
there
go
was
down.
like a pass he did that was like a mediocre pass for an NBA player standard.
Hmm.
mediocre has not nothing fancy. I think he dribbled like behind the back, or then he like dished it off on like some trying to be cool stuff. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't anything wrong with it. But like that's all you seen. That's all you seen. But I mean, yeah, like, I apologize, but yeah, I had to chime in with that because I'm just like, I promise you, I'm watching the game. I'm like, I can't even watch the game no more. It's horrible.
It is. It's tough. I mean, really, the dude went 2 of 13, and all they show. They got to find something else to. Imagine if he only had 2 blocks. They were really out of luck.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a very good talent, of course. But like coming into the league, these guys already are the next big one. And I guess I understand that that's like what prospecting and all this anticipation of the draft is. But like you guys got to give these guys chances to struggle too. Like if they're playing bad, say it. Like I mean, he bounced back, of course, and he's gonna because he's 7'5" and he can shoot well and dribble. He's gonna be good. I'm just gonna say that he's gonna be good. But they did the same thing with Zion. Zion was the next LeBron. The man has played 144 games in 5 seasons. I mean, they do it literally every single couple of years. They got the next great one. The amount of people that have been called the next LeBron and haven't been close are just crazy. It really is.
Well,
I
listen,
mean,
anybody listening to our show, you guys would think me and Glenn rehearsed that. I promise you, we have not. We're literally thinking on the same
believe
exact
me, we
accord.
haven't.
Yeah, I promise you, we have it.
We just
Literally,
decided to do the show like 12 minutes ago.
it
So
literally. So, but we're literally thinking on the same accord. I was genuinely thinking the same thing. Like everything Glenn said just now, I'm damn near in lockstep because it's like, can we? This kid is 19 years old. Now he has his whole NBA future ahead of him. The notion that people are already trying to say this kid is going to be an all timer, he's going to, you know, best draft prospect since LeBron. I literally remember hearing everyone say that same exact thing about Zion. I mean, like I say again,
hmm
I'm one of the I adopt the Nick Wright from First Things First mindset about him. Shout out to Nick if you're listening, what's up? But I adopt his
shouts out Chris
mindset.
Broussard.
Yeah, I actually shout out the whole squad. Like I genuinely love those three guys. Like those guys are wild. This is my guy. Um, I adopted cogent analysis. Don't worry about it. I'm not giving it back. Anyways, but but I mean, like when you look at it, he's his defensive impact is going to get felt. I do feel like right away. Again, 7'5" guy. That spells block shots all game. He's going to get felt on that end. He's going to get rebounds. He should. I mean, in my eyes, I'm looking at between 11 rebounds his first season. Um, but I mean, I feel like offensively, I feel like his offensive game being transferred to the NBA, I do feel like it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to catch on. And I just don't see exactly how we equate him to already without taking a single NBA dribble in an actual NBA game. Oh yeah, he's going to be the one of the top greatest players ever. Like I don't think that's fair to him. I feel like if you're a real Wemby supporter, which is I'd be very honest, I'm a supporter of obviously everybody in the draft
So
on like a general
I'm,
level.
I am listening. Just bottom of the ninth. The dude almost tied the game with a bomb.
He
He
almost had it.
literally went to the warning track, and Soto called it.
Oh
The
wow.
Phillies closer is in, so hopefully he supports us good. But you were saying
No,
about
yeah,
Wemby.
no, you're good, bro. But yeah, like I mean, like I'm a general, draft fan. I want every guy to, succeed in the league, of course. But I mean, the notion that we're going to anoint a kid to the pressures that a LeBron James had to feel is absolutely ridiculous. Now there is the side of me, a business side of me that understand that the league does this to drive their,
Market, get money. I don't blame him for that.
yeah. I mean, I get it. I genuinely do feel him. I mean, it's a tough game to play in my eyes. Like I say, the real genuine basketball fan to me who you don't got to market to at all. I don't want to see you guys waste time marketing the guy who everyone believes has great potential in this league. So yeah, but I mean to answer my own question, do I make something of his preseason debut? Oh, not preseason. I'm sorry, his summer league debut. These from first two games, no. I don't think this is going to have really any impact on the season. I mean, I don't think we're going to look back at this and oh yeah, we can credit this to a summer league game. No, I feel like it'd be a good bench point to like look at every here and there, in games just to see exactly okay, strike out.
Great, Kimbrel. Two
So,
outs.
well, yeah, I was like I said, I see it as something to view back on to just say, hey, he didn't do this in summer league. He's corrected that. I mean, not yeah. So I mean, that's really what I see. But do I think it's going to be something huge for their season? No, not at all. I think the Spurs are still going to be the Spurs. I got the Spurs at a close to play in team at best. And yeah, so yeah, no, I don't really make much of it.
Would Wemby, obviously the NBA is not considered, but do you think it would be considered a disappointment if they don't make the play this year?
No, not at all. I don't really believe so. I think I've seen some of his stats overseas. I mean, again, he played in the top tier league, obviously not NBA, but I mean, he was he was he was obviously good over there, great over there, but I think his offensive game is going to take a while to transfer to the NBA. I feel like he's gonna get great, like easy looks, buckets around the rim, dunks. He might get a corner three every here and there, but I feel like his offensive game was gonna take a while to transfer over into totality. So that hence to why I say no. I'm not really looking at the Spurs as an organization saying, "Oh, Wemby's rookie season didn't make it to the play-in. Oh, he's a bust. He's a scrub." Because I mean, when you look at teams who didn't make it, obviously as presently constructed, you got what Portland didn't make it, but again, right now currently they have Dame. We'll see how long. But you got. I mean, like I said, you look out west. You got teams. So when you're looking at the bottom, right? The Spurs finished dead last season. Right above them, the Rockets. The Rockets got better at free agency and in the draft. The Trailblazers, like I said again, right now currently constructed. Dame is still on the roster. You look at the Jazz. The Jazz just acquired they acquired oh man, what's his name? They acquired someone. But the Jazz with Larry Marketing, you got Clark, you got they acquired John Collins from the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Hawks. they got
What's
they
with
got John
Atlanta and
Collins.
only picking birds?
I don't know,
I guess
but
the
yeah,
birds,
they
not birds.
definitely. I mean, they
So
got better.
furs.
I don't think no one believes that the Mavericks are going to miss the playoffs again. The
Real
Thunder
quick,
are only going to
I
get
know,
better.
real quick. Bottom of the ninth, two outs, man on first. Julio Rodriguez, the star for the Mariners, is up to the plate at Mariners Park. So this is getting a little nuts. But here, back to your time. I'll
No,
give
I'm
you
just,
after
I'm like I
this
said, I'm
one.
just
One
like
out
I
count.
said,
One
the
out count.
the the Thunder are obviously going to get better. The Pelicans are going to get better. They were a playing team. The Timberwolves, we expect them to be a playing team at worst. The Lakers, of course. The Warriors. oh, The, so it's like to sit here and say that the Spurs are going to go from 15th at least to 10th, and all of those teams have drop offs. It just I don't think it's fair to Wimby at all. So do I think they'll get better? Yes, but I mean, even if you look at it, right, the Spurs and the Rockets tied for the worst record in the West at 22-60. The Trailblazers are 11 games above both of those guys with 33 and 49. So you mean to tell me you're going to go from 22 win team to a 34 win team, and all the other teams are not going to catch are not going to catch fire and not going to get better? I don't see it. So I mean, like I said again, I'm not the kind. I don't want to heap
Two
pressure
two
on a
two
young guy.
outs.
I don't want to heap
Yeah,
pressure
I
on the
mean
young
that.
guy. So
Well, plus the Spurs. That puts
it's
so much
also yeah,
on
it's also
them.
the
They
Spurs.
didn't make too many moves. Oh, this is a 2-2 pitch. Oh, he didn't bite. He didn't bite on the breaking ball on the splitter. Alright. Yeah, so that's a. I don't think it'll be a disappointment.
No, not at
I
all.
honestly
But
believe. If they suck and they don't improve, obviously it's gonna be a disappointment. Like if they're hovering around the same record.
I mean,
But
this is like this
if
is
they're
this is rookie
battling for a
year.
playing spot and just miss,
That'd be
I don't
great.
know.
I feel like if they battle for a
If they're
playing
battling for a
spot,
playoff spot and just
that'll be
miss,
a great move. But real quick before we wrap
I
up,
think they should battle for a playoff spot, play in spot.
so you're saying that's like their benchmark battle for playing.
I think that should be the minimum. They should have minimum be battling at the like they should
Okay,
be
minimum they should be
a
battling
chance
for
to
a
make the
place.
play up.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be considered improvement.
I mean,
If
like I
they're
said, I mean
eliminated, if
that.
they're eliminated from 15 games, like the 3-2 pitch. Oh, ball outs! Come on, Craig.
I don't know, man. Like I said, that roster is still the same roster. Obviously, just added Wimby. They didn't make a big free agency, splash this offseason. So I don't know. But real quick before we wrap up, let's talk some Dame real quick. Um, in your heart of hearts, we'll keep this kind of brief because there's so many trade scenarios, trade packages, and all these other cool stuff going on around Dame. Where would you like to see Dame play next season?
Miami would be a great spot if we could trade Embiid and Harden to get Dame and another center. It'd be great. I know I said trade Embiid and Harden just start the team over. I know, I said it. It's okay. We're not winning with Embiid and Harden. So. But uh, Miami would be a great spot for him. I think it would be. I would consider them instant champions if Dame would go there. But where are you going?
No, I'm back. I had to grab something. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing something. I thought you were just making a joke because of
Oh,
me saying
no, no,
trade
no.
Dame.
I mean, that is absolutely, that's crazy, but I'm listening.
How is it? Okay, we'll dive into that. Whether it's not into that, But for me, Dame on the Dame on the Heat seems like the most viable option. I'm trying to think of teams that need a point guard like that. I really wished he could stay in Portland, but I mean, they just haven't made any big moves. They haven't made any big signings or anything. They just re-signed Jeremiah Grant. So for me, I just feel like if they just don't have enough in Portland and they haven't given enough effort in it, if they actually need 0-2 count again, man, first and second ball. Oh yeah. But yeah, I would like to see him in Miami. I think that'd be a good spot. I think that would be instant champions. Hang on, 0-2 pitch right here. We'll
Yeah.
wind up ball outside. God. It's like watching the Phillies close the game. We cannot close the screen door for crying out loud. But yeah, what would be your dream scenario for Dame, and what do you expect them to get back
I mean, my dream
if they trade him?
scenario is um,
And go
seeing
back to
him.
interchangeable.
I want to see him in Miami. Only reason why because I feel like a player of Dame's caliber, being loyal to the team the way he's been. I feel like he's I feel like he's did more than his part, and I feel like he deserves to be able to get a fair shot at the place he wants to go. Many people are trying to link his name to Boston, but I mean, his camp essentially, in my eyes, shot that idea out, like shot it down quick. Um,
Got him! Strike him out!
what
Let's
was it,
go!
strikeout?
The NL takes the game. Let's go!
You said NL won it.
Yeah. Let's go! Alright, that's
Yeah,
more
it's
like it.
over. Yeah, I'm checking it now.
Leave it to the Phillies. We have the manager, ends the streak, Rob Thompson. We have Craig Krimble and Nick Castellanos to get the job done. Leave it to the Phillies. Let's go! Alright, I'm happy now.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. But no, like I said, man, I would love to see it with Miami. Celtics talk a brood. His camp essentially shot down all reports that he basically doesn't want to go anywhere else. He's doing his best to force his way out. Many people are basically trying to criticize him for forcing his way out. I think that's absolutely unfair. When you look at other guys around the league who either, I mean, obviously free agency is one thing, but I mean, for guys who've been that loyal to a franchise, I do feel like they do deserve the right. If the franchise is not doing right by them, We're just surrounding those guys with talent, surrounding those guys with people who ready to win now. You know, and on top of that, I mean, to add insult to injury, the Trailblazers have essentially said that they're in rebuild mode. So they're essentially trying to rebuild. So no sense of keeping the guy of Dame's talent for a rebuild. Um, I would like to, that's why I like him to go.
If they're on
My
the rebuild, though, why sign Jeremiah Grant?
um,
Is he considered young?
I think I mean I that's a great question. I have absolutely no idea. I would say my dream. I would say him going to Miami, my expectation. But I would say my dream scenario would be a and again, my dream scenario is predicated of Dame not like being advocate. He wanted to go to Miami. My dream scenario would be that he gets traded to Philly. James Harden gets traded to the Clippers. Um, and the Sixers give up maybe a player and some draft picks, and the Clippers give up a bunch of we give up our two or three young guys and some draft picks just to make the money and stuff work to Portland. And I mean, Portland just accept the fact that they're rebuilding and essentially try to steal a page out of the OKC Thunder book of like having a very very large array of draft picks. So yeah, I mean that's that on that. I mean I feel like Dame deserves to play. He deserves to play where he wants to go. I want to see him in Miami, but again, if I can have a dream scenario, just because I want Harden to come to the Clippers, so it can be Russ, Harden, PG, and Kawhi. I would like to
You
see
can
that
have
move.
him.
Yeah, I know you don't want him. Yeah,
I don't want him. I don't want Embiid. I want Hunt. I want anybody on that team. I
I
want
mean,
Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, and that's about it.
would you
You can
trade
have the rest.
Tobias Harris for some crumble cookies?
Hell nah. When he said those are fake casual Sixers fans, they are casual Sixers fans. Anybody that blames Tobias Harris is not going to be your guy that's your go-to number one star, but he ain't the reason. He's not going to be the reason you're winning the chip all the way. But he definitely ain't the reason why you're losing. He's
I,
not. He's always consistent, always there, plays good minutes, plays good defense. He gets no love because of the fact that it's supposed to be Embiid's team. It's funny. It's supposed to be Embiid's team when they're winning, but when they're losing, it's Tobias Harris's fault. Explain that to me.
I mean, I mean, even in the last game, Joel Embiid disappeared. But again, that's a thousand
Casper.
percent. That's a thousand percent right. When I seen the casual fan talk, and I was like, he does make sense because in the casual fans, all forwards are supposed to be LeBron James. They're supposed to be Kevin Durant. Supposed to be the Paul Georges of the world and stuff. That's just not true. That NBA, well, in general, the NBA is a place obviously full of NBA basketball players. But in the end of the day, those guys got specific roles and jobs to do. So I mean, we don't. It's not likely that all those guys end up like all-time great small forwards. It's not that. And Tobias Harris, like I said again, I mean, he does have times where he can step up more. But I do feel like he's a piece on you guys' team that's not much of the issue.
He's definitely not the issue, and like I said, I'm not expecting him to go off. I'm expecting him to give me 15, 20 points a night, comfortably, and give me good solid minutes and facilitate. I'm expecting that, but I'm not expecting him to be the. He's not supposed to be a number one. Great number two, or great number three. I mean, at the top, whatever. I mean, incredible number three. But he's not supposed to be a number one. He's supposed to be the MVP, the big guy, the center, the process. This guy, this guy over here, Joel Embiid. He's supposed to be. That's supposed to be your number one. So when things are going great, hey, it's 12-10, blah blah blah. But you gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
I'm
agree.
so done with the Sixers. I'm so done with Joel Embiid. I don't care if he just won MVP. It should have been Jokic anyway. But I mean, legit, he just can't. He dis up. You can't. How can you be the most valuable player and then expect to push the blame on other guys? He
I
flat out said it in
mean,
the postgame. Me and James need help. What did you do to win the game?
yeah. I think it's like you say, it's incredibly it's incredibly interesting to watch. It's like, I mean, of course you got Doc fired.
Pull up the stats. Dude, I had three things on my checklist before I cheer for the. Like, I'm still. Somebody asked me what team do I cheer for. I'm gonna say the Sixers because I'm still a Sixers fan. But I'm not breaking stride. I am literally. You know how I said this year? Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not anticipating anything. I'm expecting a loss. You know how I said that the whole year? I'm expecting a choke, and then I fell again like a moron and just dove right back in. Um, so I'm not doing it. Legitimately, if I start doing it, you can fire me off the show if you want to just start doing it. Start doing it without me. If I start slumbering, it's like going back. It's like going back to the girl that doesn't treat you right or is just terrible, flat out. And you just
I
keep going
mean,
back year after year. You say it's bad, and then you find out, and then you just come back because things are starting to look, oh, that's good, and then you just keep doing it again, and again, and again. Done. Flat out.
I feel like this though. I mean, you got guys out there like Skip Bayless who've been Dallas Cowboys fans since like way back.
Yeah, yeah. So here, let me. It's a good point, but Dallas does, despite as much as I hate them and I hate when Cowboys fans use this, at his time, his prime, they gave him 5 rings, so that was nice.
Yep,
But on the other hand, at least Dallas
were good.
try they were good and they tried different type methods. They're very similar to the Sixers. I mean, if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be doing the same thing because they're just it would drive me crazy. But they're at least I guess no, they're pretty. Yeah, actually, yeah, they're pretty similar. That's a good comparison. Once again, the analogies and all that comes through. But
I mean, obviously they don't
that's a
got the
good comparison.
hardware they don't got
Good
the
comparison.
hardware that the Dallas
The
Cowboys got.
Sixers, yeah, no,
But I mean,
I
in the end of
wish
the
they
day,
had
it's
the hardware.
like yeah, but in the end of the day, it's like that's like the Sixers like one team, especially when the process and stuff was like just starting up. Like they were
Process can blow
hype,
me.
yeah,
Process can blow me.
process. We got Markel Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. Like next thing you know, they fall flat on their face. Trust the process. And it's like again, it's like waiting for the longest thing ever to load. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But
The longest that at that point you just refresh the page.
yeah, I mean, if the process takes this long, then I mean, we might as well get a new machine. I mean,
Flat out.
that's
On
just
God.
that.
Hang on one quick. I'm trying to do quick math. Uh,
While Glenn takes a moment to get some math in.
Sorry, I gotta do my assignments. All right.
You're doing like actual like work.
No, I'm doing math right now, but it's for a different. It's for the show. It's
Oh,
for my point. Yeah, not actually doing. That's not. 30, 40. Cool. All right. So tell me. Let's see. Now, when you say if you're the star, tell me what side needs more help. The side that goes 16 of 32 and gives you 47 points, or the side that goes 8 of 29 and gives you 24 points in a crucial game 7. What side do you think needs more help?
the 8 of 29.
Quote
Sorry.
unquote. The 8 of 29 side. Okay. Well, James Harden and Joel Embiid, 8 of 29, 24 points in game 7.
Mm-hmm.
Game 7. Game 7's are pretty big, right? I mean,
Right. Right.
some casual sports fans, I don't know if they know it, but game 7's are pretty important. The other side, 16, that's Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, and PJ Tucker. I picked the 3 starters. 16 of 32, 47 points. So
Oh,
50% shooting.
yeah. I get what you're asking me now. I get what you're asking me.
50%
I'm
shooting,
thinking like
hovering around 30.
I'm thinking like help as in like they just suck. Like you need to get them guys some help because they just suck. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
got your basically your 9-3 star like superstar guys come in and outperform your star guys, and they're the ones. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I was thinking in terms of like who needs help, like who sucks, like who needs some more help. Like
Who
yeah,
needs help?
yeah,
Help.
right. That's what it was. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, how you broken out was great. Combined for 47 points between like say you're not star guys on your team. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and then you sit here and say you need help. I genuinely feel like comments like that is what I fear is what going to drive a Tyrese Maxey out of the door one day because it's like you're sitting here saying you need help, but like, have you seen yourself in these playoffs? Have you seen
Mm-hmm.
yourself in this series alone? Like after you got your MVP, have you seen yourself? So I mean, you know, like I said, I
And
mean, and what makes the matter even worse, and I hate to bring it back up, but it's like you guys had Game 6 all but wrapped up. Like Jason Tatum
in
literally,
a bow.
Jason Tatum literally struggled. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you guys had it wrapped up. The fact that it ended in that fashion with I think Tatum took he got like 16 points in the fourth. Like nobody,
What
I
felt
didn't
like in
expect
the
that.
span of 12 minutes.
Hmm.
It felt like he got 16 points in the span of like 3 minutes. But
Yeah, but no,
we
like
had
it's
that game, dude. You're right. We had that game. Flat
yeah,
out. We had it. With Tatum was sucking, but we could not get any separation whatsoever. We were just staying at 3, 4 points at a clip, and then Tatum went off for 16 points, and it was the difference maker. And then Game 7, you just choke it away. It's the difference between guys that have this much bling on their hand and guys that have this bling on their hand. This is Jerome Embiid. This is Nikola Jokic. He's got some bling. He's gonna get some bling soon. He's gonna have bling and design, and he's gonna have his name engraved on it. It's gonna say Jokic 15. It's gonna be really nice. So, yeah, there's just difference at the end of the day. But
yeah. No, I
what the
do.
heck? I'll cheer for the Nuggets.
Yeah, hey, might as well, right? I mean, I do agree. Like I said, I feel like if Joel Embiid stays in Philly long term, I don't know if he wants to or not, but I do feel like he have to step into he had to basically be a voice as far as like who's coming and who's staying um in Philly. I think he just start taking more of a role and responsibility of like, okay, this is what we need. This guy's available because, like I said again, I thought they was gonna get a Fred Van Fleet. Um, I wasn't really picking on a D'Lo. I didn't want him to get D'Lo, but like I say, a Fred Van Fleet, a proven guy, a known guy in the league. So, I think that he should start taking he and then Joel Embiid start taking that next step up and saying, you know what, hey, we need guys. We need to make sure we got guys if I do plan on staying here long term. But that all about does it. Glenn, you got anything to wrap us up with?
No, that'll be all for me. Another great show. Shouts out to the NL for the W. And yeah, just continue to stay tuned. Thank y'all for the support, of course. And Jay, I have an idea for you.
Hmm.
I got these at Fanatics or something. I don't even know, but they're hockey cards. So to prove that I'm not just giving you names that are impossible when we do that hockey challenge, I'm just gonna open up the pack on the show, and we'll just go off from these names alone. So
All
that
right.
way it'll be fair and us, and just have a clean shoot, no controls up
How
and down.
many
So
cards come into one?
30, so we can either do one long one or three
All right, I
short ones.
get I
I
get
suggest three
27.
short
I
ones.
get I get 27 out of 30.
What was that? 27 out of 30? I got you. If
I
you
don't know
get
what.
27 out of 30, you get 27 out of 30, I will jump in my pool with full suit, shoes on and everything.
I think
You
I
like that
think
idea?
that'd be a
Jamie
great
likes
that'd
that
be
idea.
a great smart. That'd be a great thing to see.
She's, except for her choice in men,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, but no, I'm gonna get 27 for 30. Um, that's all I got for tonight as well. I don't got anything else to wrap us up.
I'm chilling.
Great show. Very quick,
I
straight
had a
to
good
the
one.
point. Again, shout out to the NL
Well,
for winning the All Star game. Um, hopefully this sparks some fire under them stinking Phillies. But yeah, that should do it. Definitely like Glenn mentioned, appreciate you guys for tuning in, supporting. Um, in a much of a slow period right now, but we're definitely going to pick it all back up in due time. Going to work on getting some more content out for you guys to see. But yeah, outside of that, obviously, if you guys want to hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Twitter, and want to be on the show, like I say, just let us know. But
Yes, sir.
Everything else, we'll go ahead and wrap up for today.
Jay, I will see you when I see you.
Yes, sir,
But,
my God. Likewise.
alrighty. Have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Bye.